Hello everybody, Newmont here again. This time we're going to bring you a Modern Masters 8-4 draft. Hopefully you guys are excited. And hopefully we open some money. A little bit of both worlds. And well, what do you know? We start off the draft quite strong. If I do remember correctly, Cryptic Command, let me look this up real quick, is still worth like $25. $15. Good enough for me. This pays for over half the draft, and well, it's just a very good card in general. That being said, if you guys have seen me play MMA before, MMA is oh god, I can't talk today. The abbreviation. Thank you. I don't know why I said thank you to myself. Anyways, MMA is the abbreviation for Modern Masters, since most sets are three-letter abbreviations. Anyways, if you've seen me draft MMA before, you know I love Giants. Giants never lose. And we have one of the best here in the Thundercloud Shaman. Only a few seconds left here. Avian Changeling, Kitchen Finks, Esperzoa, Sanctum Gargoyle. Very good pack, but can't pass up the Cryptic Command there, I think. Alright, second pack. What do we got? Definitely some nice ones. Nothing too great, but definitely some nice ones. Tombstalker is definitely a decent card, especially with all of the basic land cyclers in the format. 5/5 flyers are huge and limited, and this can often come down for 6 mana or even sometimes less, which just makes it above the curve. Sticking with blue, Careful Consideration, draw 4 cards. Yeah, that's pretty good, even if you have to discard 2 or maybe sometimes 3 of them. Hirobi's Whispers, one of the better removal spells, and it is an arcane. You can splice, yada yada. All the Vivids are good, Trapper is good, Recluse is good. I think here I'm going to go ahead and take the Tombstalker, although that seems like maybe a little bit awkward pick since we just took a triple blue card. I think the card is that good. Otherwise, Trapper, Whisper, and Careful Consideration, all pretty decent. I don't know, it's a little bit awkward. In fact, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take Careful Consideration, because if I take Tombstalker, I'm passing 2 good black cards, and that's just an awkward spot to be. Okay, interesting pack here. Well, somebody's going to get Trapper into Blightspeaker, which is really nice. I think here the pick is Glacial Ray. These always get better in multiples because of the splice. You can end up turning 1 or 2 Glacial Rays into 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells or what have you. The only bad thing about this is that I generally don't care for blue-red unless I'm going Arcane. And I streamed earlier today, if you caught that. We did a sweet Arcane deck, lost to Thalids, unfortunately. I don't know. Glacial Ray is probably the best card here. But maybe I just stick to blue and take like Spellbomb. Or maybe Blightspeaker, move into Fairies. I mean, again, they're better the earlier you take them. And we're not losing out on much, so I guess I'll go ahead and just take it. This pack is not very good for us. Mad Auntie's fine, Growth is fine, Dust Wasp is fine, Dramatic Visions is fine, probably what I'm going to take here. It's one of those basic land cyclers I was talking about, and it's a 5-mana counterspell to boot if you need. Yeah, this pack's pretty mild as far as packs go. MMA is all about taking what's open, generally. You're gonna pick up enough playables in 3 packs to almost build like 2 decks, and so just taking what's open is generally the preferred method of things here. I got a soft spot in my heart for the Blind Spot Giant, but I think the Giant's train has already gone and passed. That's not true. You can stay open all the way until the second pack, not know what you're doing, and still end up with a very good deck if you finally move into whatever's open. All right. I'm really tempted to take Mothdust Changeling here and go Fairies. We have a good start to a Fairies deck, and even though this is not the best card in the pack, there are a ton of other good cards. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this and see if we can get some Latchkey Fairies, Spellstutters. And what do we have? Nothing but like a Blinding Beam and a Pyrite Spellbomb. Now, Blinding Beam is very, very good. think people underrate this card and pass it all too frequently. It's either that or Pyrite. I already have Glacial Ray for the red. But again, I think it's best to stay open, so I don't mind hedging, taking the Blinding Beam here, and seeing where that leads us. Blue-white's fine, but not amazing. Holy moly. Okay, well, it looks like I might be in the wrong colors, but I guess I took that Cryptic Command and kind of tried to force blue early. Because right here we have a Wrath-Eye Trapper and a Tide Hollow Sculler. Both excellent cards that go into the Rebel deck. I think here I like taking the Tide Hollow and seeing where this leads. Although it's, you know what, it's safer to take the Wrath-Eye Trapper, and it's still just as good in the Rebel deck because I can play blue-black if we start seeing blue cards again. All right, Gargadon is fine, not too amazing. I think I might just end up taking the Dream Spoiler Witches here. Again, we could be Fairies, and Fairies is blue-black. This pack's just not very exciting in general. Yeah, that seems like a fine pick. Alright, well this was our crazy pack that we opened. Esperzoa came back. I don't know if I can really take that here. Yeah, I can. There's nothing else. I mean, there's Pepper Smoke, which is okay. But again, it's important to stay open in this format. And Wheeling Esperzoa is a pretty decent sign, I suppose. Oh, well, that's interesting. Trapper it is. So this was the pack that had the Tombstalker and the Horobi's Whisper. So 2 good black cards are gone, but we did get the Trapper back. Not too unhappy with that pick. Okay, yeah, a little bit wish-washy right now, but I think you can salvage this draft because, like I said before, you can stay open for a long time in MMA. I love Raven's Crime. It's very good at sideboard versus a lot of decks. Terramorphic's fine as well. I think we'll go ahead and take Terramorphic, though. These are harder to get than Raven's Crimes. And if we want to end up splashing something, Terramorphic makes that a lot easier. I mean, Imp is okay. It's certainly not amazing. It is a Rebel, but I'm not jumping for joy that we got it, nor am I looking to play it. Currently, Esperzoa is not playable. But again, staying very open. No reason to not stay open as long as possible. Pretty gross last picks. Ooh, Absorbus is a nice one. Any of these land cyclers are fine. Alright. Well, we might not see any black in the next few packs, given that we passed that pick 2, so I guess pick 3, Tombstalker and Horobi's Whisper. But hopefully we're not too punished. A foil Countryside Crusher. Interesting. What am I taking here? Well, there are no good blue and black cards. I mean, Snitch is okay, Sculptor's okay, and I do have the Esperzoa. Could take the Crusher. Again, just staying open. I think the best card here might be Imperiosaur, if it's not the Countryside. The thing is, I don't want to ditch black, because we already have double Trapper. But blue is not really open. I think I'm punishing myself this draft. Man, I guess I could take the Snitch here and see where that leads up. Both of the Trappers are rogues, and I could move into Goblins. But then if that was the case, I would just rather have the Countryside anyways. Alright, well, we'll take Country. See where that leads. It, in fact, leads me to another poopy pack. We passed that Mad Auntie in pack 1, which kind of sucks. I think here we might be making a hard switch and taking the Amru Scout going into the Rebels. That's where I am currently, since blue is so cut. We'll take our Cryptic Command for the money and be happy with it, but otherwise I think we're moving into black-white here. Alright, good pickup to follow that up, another Scout. I do like the Blight Speakers a lot more than the Scouts, just because generally the Scouts are never attacking, after, say, turn 2 or 3. Whereas the Blight Speakers, well, they weren't attacking anyways, and they can ping the opponent for 1. So I feel like the Blight Speakers can get in for more damage than the Scouts. And they both have the same relevant tutor ability. Let's put this over here as a cycle. Alright, not too shabs. Looking to cut the Dream Spoiler Witches if possible. Looking more for synergy than just random Dirtle Fairy that doesn't really have any synergy in the deck, only with Blinding Beam currently. This was probably not the best time to cook some chicken on the stove, because I have some cooked chicken on the stove and I can hear it sizzling. What do we got? Seems like I've seen this print run quite often this draft. Foil Extirpate might be worth something. I don't think it is, but it might be. You never know. Time to look it up. Why is this not working? Extirpate. That's not how you spell extirpate. Extirpate. Okay. Foil Extirpate's like $1. Nope, not good enough. We'll take the Veteran Armor here. Decent 2-drop. Pumps up your Dudors. Otherwise, I would take Otherworldly Journey, but it's just meh. Alright. There's a Pestermite in this pack, which I think is probably the best card. For us, it's got to be like the Blinding Beam or the Thysis or however you pronounce that. Although, don't get me wrong, Pestermite is tempting. How bad is it if I take the Pestermite here and keep the blue cards? Probably really bad. I mean, Blinding Beam is a perfectly fine option. Am I going to be stupid? I might be stupid. Let's see what this does. All right. Well, got punished because just jamming Tide Hollow Sculler here. A lot of scary green cards going by. Although I suppose I could take the Pepper Smoke following up the Pestermite. That was a little bit of a big hedge. Did not pay off. Again, another junky pack for us. Not looking to play too many of these. I already have one. Like, generally I don't want to run more than one. But I guess in a pinch, I need to take it since I need playables. Wow, that's a really late Wrath-Eye Trapper. Okay, well, Rebels I think is open, but it's just... we don't have any power, really. Really wish I'd taken that Blinding Beam now. Feel like quite a fish. Might need to play this Siphon Life. Yep. Pilfers is okay. Not going to run the Peppers. I mean, if you look where we stand, it's, you know, it's not too bad for waffling so much in the first few packs. I have already 14 playables in, and we're not even at the end of pack 2. And if I just stick to black-white hard, I should be able to find enough creatures, or just playables in general. Although, because all of my cards are quite small, I do need to pump effects. Stir the Pride or Gleam of Resistance are going to go a long way. Cards we're looking to open besides money, probably like Divinity of Pride, Cloud Goat Ranger, Skeletal Vampire. Those are big bombs in our colors off the top of my head. Let's see, a Darker Valkyrie, that'd be another nice one. Oh, okay. Well, not too terrible. Not too terrible. I'm putting all of the suspend cards at their suspend cost, because generally, you're not hardcasting this. Oh, it's a super late Masked Admirers. Okay, well, in a pinch I could play like the Witches here, and we would only need 5 playables at the last pack, so that means I think we can do some decent refilling, or replacements. Because currently I will play every single one of these cards, no problem. Maybe except for one of the Siphon Life and one of the Imps, but otherwise I don't think this turned out too poorly. Vidalcan Shackles, mamma mia. Had I just stayed blue, that would have been a bomb. I think that might be worth something too. Holy crap. Vidalcan Shackles. Yeah, Vidalcan Shackles is worth $8. The question is, if I take the shackles, I'm losing out. Or if I take the shackles, am I going to be going back to blue? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 6 playable blue cards. And currently I have 7 white cards that I'm playing because of the Tide Hauler being a split. Man. Well, it's worth $8. That pays for one of the packs. And I've already taken, what, the $15 or however much I said Cryptic Command. So these two will pay for the draft. I'm losing out on Feud Killers or a Bone Splitter, both great cards, but we'll take the money and run. Looks like another... I don't need 4 Wrath-Eye Trappers. I think here we'd rather have Death Rattle. Yeah. Pretty easy. Good removal spell. Delve. What do we got here? Oh, this pack really sucks. No white and no black that I want to play. I guess I could take Raven's Crime. Let's see. Let's just double check. If I take the Spell Bomb, what happens? I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's take it. Let's see what happens. Don't try this at home, kids. I'm either playing Rebels, black-white, or I'm playing Rebel Fairies, blue-black. And it's kind of funny because I still haven't made my mind up yet. Alright. Fairies it is. My white's not very good. I have the double Rebel Searcher and the Blinding Beam, but I think at this point the power level of our blue is just going to overtake the white. Plus that means the Pepper Smoke and the Dream Spoiler Witches comes back in. We can cut the Siphon Life, and hopefully both of these Deep Cavern Imps. Run all of these other black cards because they're still fine, and get all of these sweet, sweet blue cards in here. Alright, gonna take an Either Snipes here pretty easily. Passing another Tysis, Echoing Truth. We don't want to play against the Penumbra Spider, but we do have ways to get around it. Vidalcan Shackles is one of the best. Easy Snipes. Alright, let's fix this. That's a 2. Latchkey is hopefully a 3. You have to remember, Wrath-Eye Trapper is a rogue. So just like for goblins, this can turn on the Prowl for fairies. So really, really nice. Hopefully maybe cycle that, and we can cycle that. Esperzoa is not exactly good here. Probably cutting that. But still, we have plenty of playables. Wow, that's a lot of Tysis going around. Gosh, that green is going to be scary. And Death Rattle doesn't kill green creatures. But another Snipes. Stinkweed Imp is also pretty decent. Surprisingly, it trades for anything if that creature doesn't have First Strike or, Pro Black or whatever. We're going to have to win off the power of Vidalcan Shackles, I think. Because currently, this deck is not the greatest. Not the greatest thing I've ever built. Is there anything worth splashing here? No, don't think so. You have to give me 1 second. Gotta check on that chicken. Chicken's ruined, but luckily I got a Pestermite. Double Esperzoa. No, I think we got to take the fairy here. Probably end up running this Siphon Life. Oh, maybe not. Take Possession's real nice. If we can't win with our win conditions, we can win with theirs. All right. I'm going to have to pause the video here at the beginning of deck building. Kind of made a mess in the kitchen. Drag Down's a fine removal spell, but I just want more creatures. And even though Moth Dust Changeling doesn't seem that good, because it's not that great, I think I'm going to take it over the drag. Alright, Pepper Smoke's fine over Logic Knock, I think. Well, I already have one Pepper. I guess I'd rather have Logic Knot. Thieving Sprite. Hey, get in. Alright. Well, it looks like the Fairies deck actually came together. Despite throwing away the drafting portion, we still ended up with a fairly decent deck. We make, what, 3 cuts here? Alright, I'm probably going to cut this. We can sideboard in Stinky. Petals might be ran. That's a good card. I think we already have enough card draw between careful consideration and whatnot. Alright, I'm going to pause it real quick, go fix the chicken, and I'll be back for deck building. Alright, well, the house didn't burn down and the chicken is still edible, question mark? So I'd consider that a resounding success. Things that we have going on in this deck. Well, we want a lot of black because we have black activations and double black cards. But we also want a ton of blue because we have not only Shackles and Cryptic Command. And I think the power level of Cryptic Command is, not Cryptic Command, Shackles is going to put us over the top in wanting more blue sources than black sources. So I think we're going to go 9-8 at the very minimum. That being 9 islands and 8 swamps. I guess I still need to make a cut here, don't I? How good are these Moth Dust Changeling? Let's see. They activate Pepper Smoke, Latchkey Fairy, Thieving Sprite. That's about it. Alright, we can probably cut one of those. I might even want to run 18 lands here. And then I could go 10-8, and I'd feel pretty good about that. It's possible I just cut both of the Moth Dust Changelings. But then I don't have many creatures. Like, this deck is winning with pokes from the Flyers, stealing their creatures with Shackles, or, I guess, just tapping them down and trying to get in with an Aether Snipe. Alright, I don't mind that. I'm going to cut both Changelings. I'll run Terramorphic, and go 9-8 in favor of blue. Not the prettiest deck in the world, but it definitely could have been worse. I'm going to go ahead and ship this here, and see you guys for round 1. Alright, round 1 with our train wreck draft. Won the die roll. We're going to opt to play first. Yep, that seems like a pretty easy keep. We got 3 islands for our Cryptic Command. Got a turn 2 Wrath-Eye Trapper to hold the ground off a little bit. And top end Aether Snipe. If we can draw Shackles, I'd be very, very happy. Alright, island versus island. So the thing about Thysis, or however you pronounce this is that's not a May. If you suspend it and your opponent doesn't play a creature, you have to kill your own creature and you will lose that life. Oh, this is not good for us. If he's on the if he is working on the Arcane deck, Dampened Thoughts or otherwise, we're gonna be in a little bit of a world of hurt. He's thinking about doing something. Could just be land cycling, could be a spell stutter in his hand. Could be many things. Yeah, it's looking like the Arcane Dampened Thought deck. They don't usually do anything until... Ooh, that's really gross. They don't usually do anything until later in the game. I think this is worth crypticking, because he's bouncing both of our trappers here. Just draw a card. We're probably just going to run out the Pilferers next turn as a 5-mana 3/3. Oh, he's playing Bone Splinter. Okay. I guess I was wrong. And suspending 2 Rift Bolts. Alrighty. Well, I guess we're not going to run out the Pilferers just yet. Man, we're almost on our way to hardcasting this Dices. We just need 2 more black sources. I assume he's going to play a creature this turn, so we're going to get a little bit of a nice one here, because we're going to be able to just either snipe whatever creature we presume he's going to play, and then get ahead on the board. Then play the Warren. Oh, he's targeting me? Wow, both going to me. He might be storming off here then. Empty the Warrens for 6, maybe? Oh, no, he's doing some arcane shenanigans. Hopefully he doesn't have... What in the world just happened? My opponent played a 5-mana 2/2 flyer after Rift Bolting me twice. Okay, well, that went exceptionally well for us. I mean, I guess that could mean he has a Molten Disaster in his hand. Molten Disaster deals X damage to each creature without flying and each player. I guess that would kind of make sense. If that's indeed what he has. Yeah, I'm just very, very confused. I'm the most confused anyone's ever been in their life right now. He must be running Manamorphose. That's the only thing I can think of that would want, or that would make him play Skyreach Manta, right? Because he can turn a red and a red, or a red and a blue into, you know, a green and a white or a black or whatever to make it a 4/4. Electrolyze targeting. Okay, that's fine. We'll just tap his dude down in response. Oh, he does have a plains. Or a white source. A 3rd mana. Ooh. Alright. So I think our opponent is indeed on some kind of Storm and Norman plan. I can almost kill him this turn. It doesn't really matter what we target. I could have opted to do this on one of his lands, but I think the safe thing is just to take possession of the Grinning Ignis, so that way he can't storm off. And then just bash him for 7, put him to 2. Pilferers only gains haste if you return a Goblin card to your hand, so we couldn't kill him by returning the Trapper. If I had 1 more mana, I could have taken possession of the Bone Splitter and then dealt Xaxes, but I think it's just safest to steal this right now before he can storm off. Because every red mana, every 1 red mana turns into 1 storm, because you can bounce this, replay it, bounce, replay, bounce, replay. And so he could generate like 4 storm and poop out a bunch of tokens. Yeah, I'm not sure what the opponent's doing. His deck seems to be even sketchier than mine is. I don't think we want to sideboard it anything. Like, apparently he's running creatures, so my removal is still going to be okay. I mean, the trappers aren't going to be amazing, but at the very least they can block Empty the Warrens tokens. Logic Knot is generally pretty solid versus them. I think I'll bring in Logic Knot over Tysis. This just doesn't seem very good. And Logic Knot can completely blow them out if you counter a Timely Desperate Ritual or something. This is not the best hand, but on the draw I think it's an easy keep. Opponent opted to mulligan to 6, so that's good news for us. I'm going to go ahead and search up an island turn 1. Turn 3 Fairy into turn 4 Careful Considerations, not 2 Shabs. Given that opponent was very, very slow last game. It was like turn 4 double suspend Rift Bolt. turn 5 2/2 flyer. 5 mana 2/2 flyer at that. Alright, well, drawing nothing but lands is not exactly the place to be, but gives us good discards for careful consideration. Ooh, Pestermite's not shabby. Don't think there's any reason to play that instead of the Fairy Macabre. Or Macabre. Given that this can block any of those tokens. Oh, I won't be surprised when this gets burned out. Yeah, maybe not if he's paying the Echo. Funny thing is, if I take control of the Mog War Marshal with Vidalcan Shackles, then it wants me to pay Echo, because at the beginning of your upkeep, if this came under your control since the beginning of your last upkeep step, so if you steal this, right, then it's thinking that that you just cast it, in essence. Just again, gonna recast the Fairy Macabre. Hopefully he pays Echo. And then next... Oh, he's not. He has something better to do. Because what I can do next turn is I can Pestermite, play Pestermite, untap one of the lands I used to cast the Pestermite, and then Thieving Sprite to look at 3 cards, if assuming this doesn't die. Given that we're not entirely sure what the opponent's doing, I think that's probably a pretty good play. 3 mana, 4 mana, Torrent of Stone. Okay. That could have been worse. Ooh, that's a good draw. Well, do I want to make that play still for 2? Is that worth it versus just careful considering right now? Yeah. Let's just careful. No reason to do anything. He's not putting me under much pressure. And we can still make that play later and hold up Pepper Smoke. Or tap down one of his lands. Oh, I guess if we're going to play it on our turn, we have to do it that way. Jeez. That is a lot of lands. I guess we'll play out the Swamp just in case. Vidalcan Shackles. Doesn't matter how many more islands I have right now on this board. Alright. 3/3 flyer? Yeah, okay. I'll take my 2. Ooh, another Pestermite. Alright, well, let's make that play. Let's Pestermite, untap a swamp, or island, doesn't matter. Cast Thieving Sprite. Look at both the rest of his cards in hand. Echoing Truth and Grape Shot. Yeah, Grape Shot's excellent versus fairies. Echoing Truth, not so much an issue. Nice thing is, if he wants to Echoing Truth my Pestermites, they have Flash. I think we're just going to smoke the Goblin here. Take 4. Don't want to kill this one because it just gives him another token for no reason. Wow, the lands are real. No plays. More lands. Oh, okay. Because that's what we wanted to draw. Ah, I even discarded 2 lands, didn't I? Jeez, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We only have 5 lands left in our deck out of 20 cards. We should be drawing gas. Let's just tap the 3/3. I would indeed like to tap your 3/3. And passes. That's not bad. Hit him for 5 in the air. The only bad thing about take possession on the Skyreach Manta is that we know he has the Echoing Truth. So if we take it, he can just bounce it at the end of the turn. Is that worth doing? Yeah, I think it is. Because we still get to open the Wrath-Eye Trapper. He can't respond to this. Remember, split second means you can't cast spells or activate abilities. Oh, wow, that's on the stack, yeah. I mean, that's fine. That was the best that we were going to get out of it, pretty much. Ooh, is he going to torrent my Wrath-Eye? Oh, he's going to torrent a Pester. Okay. So, Mantis and one unknown in hand. Yep. Can't attack profitably. We'll just tap down the Mantis, or Manta. Draw some more land, because that's what we wanted. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 4 lands and 18 cards. Ooh! That's a good draw for him. All right, well, we're winning this clock, but he still has 2 Rift Bolts in his deck that we know about. Oh my gosh. Kind of insane here. I think I can afford to attack one more time. Because even if the Mogwar Marshal hits me one more time, it's not lethal with the Rift Bolt. This is pretty sick, though. 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 lands left in our deck. Huh. Alright, Manamorphose. Adding black-green. Does he have another Mantis? Or, sorry, Manta? Wow, he does. I keep calling them Mantis, because I want to call them, you know, Mantis Riders. Well, that's not a bad draw. We can kill that. Well, I think we got to kill that. Question is, do we want to attack with both and just leave ourselves dead to him drawing a burn spell? I think that's our best option. I don't think we can wait any longer. Oops, don't attack that much. If I attack him for 2 and leave back the Sprite to block 1, I don't think we're increasing our chances of winning. Unless we draw Absorb Vis, which is possible, but I think we got to go for it. Make him have it this turn, as opposed to hoping that we draw something, even though we're likely to draw a spell. All right, well, we got there. Turns out we would have been okay. Drawing nothing but gas for the next 6 turns. All right, Flooded Out still got there. His deck was sketchy. That's not to say ours isn't. Ours isn't the greatest, but it's got some power. Happy to get there, and hey, we'll see you guys back here for round 2. Alrighty, round 2 of our blue-black fairy things, I guess, in this MMA 8-4. Won the die roll, gonna play first. Ooh, missing a land here. Gonna have to ship this one. Gonna have to ship this one. We are running 18 lands, but unfortunately can't keep that. I'm not gonna say this is a lot better, but it's got 3 blue sources. I can dig for a black. Hopefully Careful Consideration can dig me out of some whammies. Maybe the opponent will join me on 6. Nope. Looks like we'll stay on 7 for himself. Green. Alright, let's see if he suspends anything. Nope. No Search for Tomorrow. Naturally drew the black source. Alright. So no reason to cycle the Traumatic Visions just yet anymore, since we can already just hardcast the Careful Consideration. And who knows, we might need the Traumatic Visions for later. Ah, yes, the green-white Thallid deck. Well, this might be a hard matchup if I don't draw my flyers quickly enough. Oh, hello there, friend. Never mind, Vidalcan Shackles is not a realistic card. We can start by stealing the Shell Dweller, get a big body on the ground, buy us some time. Oh wow, and we're drawing plenty of islands. I'm not going to Careful here. I lied, yes I am. He can't remove the counter yet, and we can steal it next turn. get the counter for ourselves. Alright, let's discard... I actually think I want to discard Pepper Smoke and an island. Gonna want these lands here. Now we could always get like Krosan Gripped or something weird, but usually people don't run that in their main deck. We're gonna have to steal it before his turn though, because if he gets the I guess I could do it on upkeep, but if he gets the trigger, then he can remove it in response. Oh, or we could just take a Spore Sower. That seems pretty decent. I guess I don't... Yeah, no, never mind. There is reason to do it now. Just in case he has a pump in response. And now that I've stolen it, even if he goes to pump this, it doesn't matter, because Vidalcan Shackles is only checking when you activate. So upon the resolution, and not continuously like some other cards. Alright. Yeah, Shackles is not realistic. Do I want to cast the Spore Sower, or rather the Ether Snipe? Or just start beating down the fairy? I think I'm going to cast the Snipe. Bounces Sporoloth. Looking pretty good here. Have to be a little bit careful of an overrun type effect. Hopefully he just replays the Sporoloth. I'm going to attack with both of my dudes. Alright, that's fine. Ooh, Pestermite's a good draw. In fact, I have 7 mana, so I can Pestermite, untap a land, and Traumatic Visions next turn. That seems very good to me. Because not only does that let me develop the Pestermite for Prowl on the Latchkey Fairy, also means I can counter any irrelevant spell on his end. And because we're still at 2020, I don't have to worry about some weird pump burnout type thing. Alright. Let's see what he does here. Punished a little bit for not keeping that Pepper Smoke. Yeah, we'll just pass. What I might end up doing is untapping my Aether Snipe, blocking the Sporoloth, and then I can Warren Pilfer back the Aether Snipe. That's also a very nice line, which doesn't let me hold up in the Traumatic Visions, but hopefully he doesn't do anything too relevant. The best case scenario is that he tries to play something pre-combat, and then it lets me know what I want to do. This could be Vertaloth. It is indeed Vertaloth. Alright, that is something we want to counter, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Pestermite here. Untap my island. And then Traumatic Visions. That is something that we need to counter. Even though we can steal the Vertaloth, this is not just Saprolings and Treefolk that he controls, it's all of them. So even if I stole the Vertaloth with Vidalcan Shackles, it would still pump his dudes. I'm probably taking 6 here, that's fine. No problem. And now we can actually get a token, since we have the Spore Sower. Oh, another nice draw. Yeah, just bashing with everything here. Very easily. Gonna Prowl the Latchkey Fairy, and then we can hold a Pestermite. What's a funny little thing is I can untap the Vidalcan Shackles, and then steal something. On his turn. surprise steal something else. And we drew the land for it too. Perfect. So if he does play something, I can kind of blow him out. It might have been better to maybe untap it there after putting in a token and stealing this, because he can remove, again, just 2 counters from his dudes with the Sporloth. Alright, well, him snap getting a plains there with a Terramorphic is a good sign that he's not splashing for anything. And if he does have Tromp, it's only going to be for just a teeny bit of mana. I think I'm going to make that untap play. Let's steal his Sporloth. Now, if he doesn't activate it in response, I'm going to get the 1/1 token here. Alright, he did. That's fine. Go and trade Saproling for Saproling. It's good to just get him off the field. I guess there was some merit to maybe sacking away the Pestermite to get it back with Pilferers. Ooh, Eternal Witness for Vertaloth. Okay, that's a little bit scary. Avian Changeling, sure. Can I kill him? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No creatures in the yard. Nope. Wrath-Eye Trapper. Alright, not a bad draw. We'll just attack with the Flyers. He'll block one of them. We'll pilfer it back. And that should be the game. Man, who knew Vedalken Shackles was such a broken card? He only has 1 unknown in his hand. Oh, he's just taking it all? Okay, well that's scary. Yeah, I'm just gonna snap play everything out here. Get as much toughness out as I can. You have to remember that Avian Changeling is a Saproling, a Treefolk. It's every creature type, so Vertaloth is going to pump it. Oh yeah, he has the sweet Spore combo. So with Spore Thalid, because it puts a Spore counter on every fungus, it puts a counter on the Changeling. Now that doesn't do anything by itself, but if he also has the Sporloth out, then he can remove 2 counters from the Changeling to put a Saproling into play, because the Sporloth gives it the ability to do so. So, funny little synergy 3-way card combo. Love doing that. But I'm not the biggest fan of drafting Thalids, so that opportunity doesn't usually come up. Alright, looks like we got there. Off of basically nothing but Vedalken Shackles. I mean, sure, the fairies did their job, but this is definitely the matchup for Tysus. It's very good versus him. Probably want to bring in the Logic Knot as well. Pepper Smoke is not as good here. Yes, it kills the random tokens, but I mean, if he has Germinator, which I assume he does, or Pallid Mycoderm, which I also assume he does, then he can just sack it to negate the ability anyways. Really, all we want to do is just draw the Shackles. And I'm sure if he has a way to deal with Shackles, then he's going to be bringing that in, because unchecked Shackles is usually GG. Alrighty. Yeah, looks like a keepable 7. Death Rattle's not at its best, but again, if it's killing a Pallid Mycoderm, I'm going to be very happy. Is it Mycoderm? Pallid Mycoderm? I think that's the name of the card, the 2/4. And we also saw the Avian Changeling, which the Death Rattle can kill. Dust Wasp? Yep, Dust Wasp it is. That's kind of a problem. Maybe not with Double Trapper, but this can block all of my fairies pretty well. looks like we're just going to have to buy time here with our trappers, since we have nothing going on. Good draw. Playing out the swamp there so I can tap something at the end of the turn, if that is something that I want to do. And we don't need the triple blue right now. Even if we draw Cryptic next turn, we wouldn't have been able to cast it. You start playing 4/4s, it's going to get scary. Oh, well, there's our Death Rattle target. No reason to tap anything down here. Well, not pre-combat anyways. It's worth tapping the Changing just in case I want to cast like a Careful Consideration and get in for 1 damage. What does that do? Nothing? Yeah, we're just going to pass turn. I think I want to Pestermite his planes on upkeep. Since we can still just tap down the Changeling with one of our trappers. Tip-tappity. What are we looking to draw? Latchkey Fairy would be pretty solid. Careful Consideration would be good. Shackles is always insane. Didn't see that last game. I mean, I guess Pepper Smoke is still always going to have utility, but that didn't feel right bringing it in. All right, attack for 2. Pass the turn with Tippity Tappity up. Not going to play the Pilferers here. His Dust Wasp's coming into play, so we'd rather tap both his flyers down and maybe circle the Absorb here. Yeah, I think cycling the Absorb is good. Even though it's a nice finishing card after you've poked through. Puts a card in the yard for Death Rattle, and it guarantees that we can cast the Snipe next turn. Also the added benefit of getting an additional island, so that if we do draw Shackles, we can take the Dust Wasp. He's stuck on 4 mana, but that just means he has a bunch of spells in his hand, which is kind of scary. Oh, there it is, the Pallid Mycoderm. Okay, new Death Rattle target. That is one that we absolutely needed to kill. We'll be taking 1 here, which isn't too bad. Because this card can just get out of hand. It's like an overrun for Thalids, the longer the game goes. Oh, I meant to get Island there. That's a little bit awkward now, isn't it? Oh, I should have played the Swamp, because now he knew I got... Well, that was... multiple mistakes going on here. Do I want to just snipes here? If I snipe, I'm going to be taking a bit of damage. Could always bounce the Dust Wasp here. That's also interesting. He is stuck on land. What are my other options? They're not that great. Just snipe it away. Still debating the Pallid or the Dust Wasp, and I think I'm going to bounce the Dust Wasp here. Our game plan is just to Death Rattle the Pallid Mycoderm within the next few turns before it can remove any counters from itself. And he can't really attack into the Snipe very well. If he rips a land, sure, he can just recast the Dust Wasp, but that's fine. Ooh, Saltfield Recluse is another nice hit. Can't block. Don't know why he... Wait, what? Kind of confused on this attack. I'm going to snap block the Mycoderm here with the Ether Snipe. Yeah, I don't know what kind of attack this is. So he's going to sacrifice the Changeling as well as the Saproling? Because currently he can only make that a 3/5 unless he wants to sacrifice the changeling. Okay. I just wanted to throw away a creature for no reason. I approve of this. Get in there for 2. Pass turn. So he has Dust Wasp and going to be 4 unknowns after he draws. Alright, hit a land. So Dust Wasp, 3 unknowns. Four mana. 5 mana, Sporoloth Ancient. Oh, I should have responded. Whoops. Man, I'm really bad, aren't I? I am really bad, because now he can just remove counters from his from the Shell Dweller and the Mycoderm. This is a pretty easy block on the Thallid. Oh, sorry, on the Mycoderm. Because if he wants to eat the Either Snipe, he has to remove 2 counters, get 2 Saprolings, sack 2 Saprolings, and then I just Death Rattle. Since we have the Absorb in the graveyard, we can delve 1 away. I will be taking 3 damage here from the Thallid, but that's fine. It's always funny to see the Changeling grow because of those effects. This might have been better, actually, to let that resolve. Right? Because now he used all of the counters off of his Shell Dweller. Oof, baby. Another good draw. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leaving up double black. Let's bounce the Shell Dweller back to his hand. And now we can attack in with the Snipe. And the nice thing is, if he wants to trade here, well, then we got the Pilfers back. Or we get to Pilfers back the Snipe. Deal. Absolutely deal. This is great for us. We're super content getting that creature off the board, or just creatures in general off the board. And he still has no good attacks. Double Trapper pulling overtime work. Dust Wasp, Shell Dweller, 3 unknowns in opponent's hand. 4 mana, 5 mana. Another Sporoloth is fine. Gonna tap down the Flyer. Go to combat. And we're gonna tap down the Saltfield Recluse here, because that can negate our attacks. All the messages today. Okay, well. Ooh, baby. And actually, that's nice wombo combo with the Pilfer. Do we want to just cast that? I think we do. 3. Yeah, we can tap it like this. Discard 2 cards. Let's see. 1, 2. Alright, so we're just going to discard 2 swamps, thin our deck out. Let's see, do I want to... Yeah, I think we're bouncing this Sporoloth here. Just such a tempo burner. So he's going to remove 2 counters off... Oh, okay, he didn't. He could have removed all 4 counters and got 2 Saprolings. I'm not sure what his game plan is. Alright, just taking 6, sure. Next turn we have the Warren Pilfers into Either Snipe. Can't hardcast it, but we can evoke it. I'm a little bit confused. I kept the Terramorphic, again, over one of the other basics, just so we can thin our deck a teeny bit. Kitchen Finks. That's annoying. Dust Wasp, Shell Dweller. There's the Shell Dweller. So Dust Wasp and Sporoloth Ancient in hand. Alright. Let's tap that dude. Let's get an island. Does Cryptic win if we draw it? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Cryptic. Oh no, Cryptic doesn't win. He has Thallid. Ooh, take possession. Alright. Alright, well, new game plan. Take possession of the Thallid. Because it's a split second, he can't react and remove counters. So that we're going to get the full value. And if I double tap down, I put him on 2 life. I think that's worth it. I think that's absolutely worth it. He'll be on 2. We have the Pilfers for evoked either snipe. We can put a 1/1 into play with the Thallid. Yeah, that split second. I think we're riding the gravy train here. Land into Tromp the Domains doesn't do it, because, again, the opponent's only on forests and plains, or what presumably is just forest and plains, since, again, game 1 Terramorphic simply fetched a plains when he already had that many. That's also not going to cut it. If I had no blockers, then yes, that would be very, very good here. Alright. Oh, even if I had no blockers, this wouldn't be lethal. Opponent on the YOLO attack mode. And that will be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, pretty impressed with how this deck has played out. We didn't really hit anything great here. I mean, Double Trapper obviously did a ton of work, but as you saw in game 1, the power of Shackles is just absurd. Alright, well, looks like we'll be going to the finals. I'll see you back then. Finals, finals, finals! We made it to the finals with our wonky, fairy-esque deck. Well, let's play first again, shall we? And it's Keeper. 2-lander, but 16 lands left in the deck. We've got a Wrath-Eye Trapper to stem some bleeding, or maybe even go on the beatdowns if we draw a land into Latchkey or vice versa. Another green deck. Oh, search for tomorrow. Okay. Land is good. Prefer islands, but you know, lands are good. Well, actually, that's not true. It was good that we drew a swamp there. Fairy is gonna go the distance, hopefully. Oh, this guy could be on the 5-color green deck for sure. The fact that he has a Vivid and he's already played a search for tomorrow. We'll see what land he searches up, but would not be surprised to see the 5-color deck here. If he is indeed the 5-color deck, the Trapper is going to be really nice. Just because Skyreach Manta is pretty large. Yeah, I'm assuming he's the 5-color deck. He could have Tromp, and they often splash burn spells, so wouldn't be surprised to see Trapper die. I just have to hope none of those things happen. Ooh, Kadama's Reach. He is going off. Alright, what did you get up? Island and a swamp. Okay. So no white yet. Opponent on 6 cards in hand. Smoke's not a bad draw. I think we just want to lay the Thieving Sprite here. Yeah, I'm missing a land drop, but show me 2 of your cards. I get another flyer on the field. Doesn't seem too bad. This Death Rattle's pretty close to being cast. I'm going to go ahead and take the Forest here because he only natively has 1 green source already. Six cards in hand, one of them an island. This is where the fatties start coming down. 6 manas. Mr. Wesley Snipes. Alright. Bounce my fairy. Let's draw a land. That was not drawing a land. That was not good for us. Alright, well, let's poke him for 1. I think I'm just going to replay the fairy here. I can afford to take a hit. And the next turn I can absorb, get an island, hold up the tap. Now the opponent is simply on 5 unknowns. Cards we don't want to see. Skeletal Vampire, that'd be pretty bad. I don't mind Skyreach Manta. Again, the Trapper does a good job. And Death Rattle can kill the Manta or the Snipe. We have 15 lands left in our deck. Granted, one of them is Terramorphic, but over half of our deck is still land. Oh, opponent's just passing the turn. That's a little bit concerning. Let's go to combat. Nothing? Okay. He could be holding up Traumatic Visions here. 100% could be doing that. The 5-color deck runs a lot of basic land cyclers and whatnot. He could just be holding up a burn spell for the Trapper. We kind of punish him there if he's holding up the counter, just by land cycling and playing a land and passing. I'm going to assume that's what he has if he just passes here. Although he is tanking. Oh, Whammy's incoming. 5, 6. What is a 6 mana spell? Fiery Fall. Okay, that resolves. Another one of the land cyclers I was talking about. Could have been that, could have been Traumatic Visions. Yeah, I'll take another 4. See if he has anything this time. 7 mana. Oh, hard cast. Sure. You know, there's a little bit of merit in just cycling this Pepper Smoke. It gets another card in the yard and it draws me a card. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh, that was pretty good. Now I can Death Rattle the Errant Ephemeron here, as well as play this new Wrath-Eye Trapper. Delving away the 3 creature or the Wrath-Eye Trapper there kind of sucks, because now the War and Pilfers is a little bit worse. But no big issue. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to 8 here. Yes, that hurts. That Snipe has done all 12 damage so far. Another Kadama's Reach. That's A-okay. One of the problems with the 5-color, or I guess in his case 4-color green deck, is that sometimes it just draws all of its mana production or ramp and nothing else. Alright, so he has a Forest in hand. Okay, he played the Forest. Oh, wait, we got something here. 5 manas. Ooh, Cloudskate's gross. Well, that's an awkward draw, isn't it? I guess here I'm going to attack with a Fairy. Don't mind if he blocks with Riftwing. That's fine. And then I'm going to, well, yeah, I think I just want to land cycle and play my Trapper out. It's funny when you start chaining Aether Snipes bouncing each other. I'm just going to jump here with the Thieving Sprite. I don't want to go down to 4. I could die to a Tribal Flames. Nothing. Okay, land's good, I suppose. think the game plan is to pilfers and pass. Getting back my thieving sprite. Oh, this is getting... Okay, so he did have the traumatic visions. No worries there. Gonna go ahead and upkeep tap this in case he does have sudden shock and I can't respond. Aren't too many things that blow me out. If he has Pestermite, he can already bounce it anyways, or untap it anyways in response, or after the tap, that is. Yeah, I think we're just waiting on the snipes and Dream Spoiler pass. Again, gonna tap on upkeep. No plays. Funny draw. In fact, I should have attacked with Trapper since I drew the other snipe. I think we're just bouncing my Dream Spoiler Witches, which seems super awkward, but like there's no point to just start chaining, is there? I guess there is. You know what? That uses up a lot of his mana. And I can still tap the Trapper after he, or sorry, still tap the whatever the either snipe after he plays it. Sure. All right. Well, now that's a little bit worse. But luckily, I have another one in my hand. Okay, bouncing the Trapper, obviously. Oh, he's bouncing the fairy? That makes very little sense to me. Okay. That's a nice draw. That's a nice draw. So I guess he's just on the 4-color. Oh, what do we got here? Is this a Logic Knot? I guess this could be a Logic Knot. I wouldn't expect it in his deck, but I guess that's certainly possible. Oh, it is a Logic Knot. Okay. And delving. Think I'm going to go. You know what? Do I even care? No, not really. Just gonna let that happen. Because if I Cryptic there, I can't hold up the tap of the trap. Go ahead and play your spell. We can just snipe it, whatever this is. Ooh, that's kind of bad for me. That's really bad for me. Not sure if he sacks in response here or he just lets it bounce. I could see either way, really. Because I'm not killing it. It just goes back to his hand and he can recast it. Okay, he is going to draw the cards. He probably wanted to do that in response then, huh? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Because if he does it in response, I have to either bounce one of the either snipes or the Trapper. Well, hopefully he didn't draw into something crazy good. Alright. Not going to attack here. Going to save the Trapper for his snipe. We got EOT effects. No whammies, please. I was thinking about something. Let's see. Okay. That happens. Alright. Well, if he has another removal spell, I'm going to be going down to 4 here, and probably in pretty bad shape considering he just drew 3 cards. Yeah, that's a block. Now what's the follow-up? Kitchen Finks. Alright, let's draw Shackles, please. Oh god. And Dust Wasp. Alright. Shackles. Shackles me, dealer. No, it's not a Shackles. I'm gonna have to use this as a fog. Tap down, draw a card. Ugh. The land draws are real. You know what? I think I actually need to cycle this instead of bouncing. That doesn't do anything for me. But if we draw Shackles, we can get out of it. Alright, we died. Because if I just bounce the Baloth, he hits me for 6. Right, I go to 2 and then just recast Baloth and nothing happens. Oh, I guess I could have also hit Take Possession on the Baloth. Alright, so Logic Knot probably comes in versus him. We'll take out the Smoke again. It was kind of a grindy game. Like Siphon Life seems like it could be okay. Stinkweed Imp, excuse me, is usually pretty good too. Might cut the Spell Bomb, in fact. Dream Spoiler seems like it can be cut. Siphon Life in, maybe? He does have a lot of fatties, but... Like, that game was just weird. I guess I should have just sniped him earlier. Sniped his snipe and then made him eat up his mana. I don't like this card, but... Seems good if we're flooding out like that. Alright, down a game here in the finals. Let's do this. Well, his deck is slow. I think we can afford to keep this. It's very, very possible that the first thing that happens this game is Cryptic Command on something relevant. Yeah, he might resolve Kadama's Reach or whatever, but... Oops. I think this hand's very, very good versus the opponent's specific deck. What do you got? Suspend Errant Ephemeron. Alright, well, we're probably going to Cryptic that when the turn comes. Turn too late there, Trapper. That just means we can jam the Careful Consideration next turn. Since I don't plan on holding up Cryptic, and I'd rather just get the value. Ooh. So Errant and Riftwing coming into play next turn, or sorry, in 3 turns. That is quite gross. Alright, let's careful. Let's be careful. Lysis, Latchkey. Man, I want all these cards. I think I need to discard Fairy and an Island here. I guess I could discard Fairy and Swamp. Certainly discarding the Fairy. Yeah, I think we're going to discard the Island over the Swamp. Hopefully he doesn't play a creature next turn and I can attack in with the Trapper and prowl the Latchkey Fairy. But the Snipe and the Lysis are going to be quite good. He's just going to burn my trapper. Wait, what just happened? Oh god, he suspended another errant ephemeron. Inflate pyrite, okay. So these aren't coming into play for another 2 turns, so I can go ahead and get the latch key in next turn, and then be able to still cryptic his nonsense. That's quite good for us. And we get to suspend the Thysis, which is going to be right after his errant ephemeron, or at least a turn away, which is signaling 8 damage, as it were. Yeah, Logic Knot's a pretty sweet draw, too. Alright. So, Thysis on an errant ephemeron deals him 8 damage. We're holding up Cryptic and Logic Knot next turn, since Cloud and Errant are coming into play. He might just be burning away my Latchkey Fairy this turn. Would not be surprised about that. Don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like it's going off screen a little bit. Yep, alright. Fairy down. Red, green. Wow, all of the suspend. Not attacking with the Trapper since I plan on tapping down whatever one I don't counter. Question is, what's worse for me? I think I'm going to let this first Errant resolve. I'd rather counter the Riftwing here since we have Take Possession in hand. Alright, let's counter that. 2, 3, boop. Draw a card. All we need to do is draw, hit a land. Ooh, is he going to Logic Knot me? Opponent might Logic Knot me here. Not the most terrible thing. We'll still have the Take Possession. Interesting that the opponent got what, a red source or a blue source with his Terramorphic as opposed to a green. Yeah, I am getting Logic Knotted. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Yeah, even if we don't draw a land for Take Possession. Oh, sure, that's fine. Even if we don't draw a land for Take Possession, bouncing the Errant Ephemeron when it comes into play is still very, very good. Like, sure, we'll take 4, but then he can't recast it. Not for 2 turns, and only if he rips land. Alright. What's the game plan? I guess we're just sniping it. Hoping he doesn't have Logic Knot here. Good, good. So 2 turns until this Errant comes into play. 3 for the Dust Wasp. Probably going to end up countering both of those. I mean, our hand's very good versus the opponent. I don't need to do anything now that I have board presence. Actually, that's not true. I don't want to counter both. Because if I counter both and I'm the only one with the creature, then I'm going to be hurting myself for quite a bit. Excuse me. So Errant into play next turn. And then Dust Wasp the turn after that. And then Thysis on my next turn after that. Alright, opponent has opted to play Torrent of Stone, killing my snipe. That happens. Yep, just passing here. I think we're going to Logic Knot this. And we're going to leave creatures in our yard. 2 more. Let's see, I'm not getting back the fairy. And I'm not getting back the latchkey. We'll leave the trapper and the snipes in our graveyard. Leaving a Pestermite this turn. I could even take possession of one of the opponent's lands, so I was really feeling really frisky. Alright, land cycling Fiery Fall. That's fine. We know the opponent has 1 Errant Ephemeron in hand, and our game plan is just to take possession of that one. 3 manas. Kitchen Finks. That resolves too. Alright. So I think we're sitting in a pretty good spot. We're going to be taking 3 from the Dust Wasp next turn, but that's not the biggest issue. Let's boop, 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 boop. Get back Mr. Trapper. And cast the Trapper. Attack for 2. Bada bing, bada boo. Hopefully the opponent forgot about my Tysis. Because if he just jams the Errant Ephemeron, then I can deal 8 to him by killing it. Although I guess dealing 6 to him by killing the giant Dust Wasp is also very, very solid. Well, that's not an untapped land, so we're not going to see the Errant this turn. Yeah, I will absolutely take 6. That's fine by me. Opponent's going to be taking much more on his turn here. Alright. 6 you, kill your creature. Traumatic Visions or your Logic Knot if that's the other card in your hand. Which it indeed looks like it's going to be. Maybe not, though. Maybe he's just doing the expansion response. Oh, no, it is Logic Knot. Alright. Delve Nation incoming. You might as... I mean, the opponent might as well just tap out here, right? For 4 extra. Yeah. Since I've... or since we know what the last card in the hand is. Counter you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take your 6. Draw my card. Yeah, let's just start siphoning. Opponent's unlikely to be able to deal 9 random damage with 1 random draw. In fact, I don't even think that's possible. Alright, cast your Ephemeron, buddy. Cast your Ephemeron. Don't even need to show that I had to take possession if we just draw land, assuming the opponent just plays the Ephemeron out. I can just cycle the Siphon Life, or rather, retrace the Siphon Life and attack for 2 in the air. And it's just that easy. Discard a land, Siphon Life you, hit you for 2. Alrighty. Let's go to game 3. Make sure we don't want to sideboard anything in here. I guess I probably want to bring back the Spell Bomb now that we've seen that many that many, whatchamacallums. Suspend creatures. Any bounce is super annoying versus suspend. I'm looking to cut, like, Thieving Sprite, even. Doesn't seem that impressive. I think that's a fine cut. Ship that back. And we'll see you for the finals. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, game on. Game 3 here of the finals. Let's take this one down. Opponent opted to play first. We got a pretty solid 7, so let's keep it. And off to the races we go. Let's draw Shackles this game, shall we? That would be real nice. Do I want to play out the Spell Bomb? I don't think I do. Kind of like just sandbagging the Spell Bomb. I might be punished later on by that, but I like holding it here. Alright, suspend creature. Nice. Oh, not the one we wanted to see, though. That's annoying. And too many lands. Alright, well, we're going to play it out here, I guess. Rug. Kadama's Reach. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. This could be an issue. Opponent's already ramping pretty hard. And the Riftwing is going to set me back a teeny bit. But that's okay. We have double snipes. And enough land to already cast it. Assuming I cycle the Absorb or just naturally draw one land. Need to start playing islands out here, though. In case we draw Cryptic or Shackles. Ooh, no plays. I like that. Oh, wait, maybe not. No whammies. No Dust Wasp. Dust Wasp isn't really a whammy. Oh, just Torrent of Stoning. Okay. That's fine. Well, I guess now the opponent gets to bounce one of my lands, which is quite gross here. I hope the opponent targets my Spell Bomb. Damn. That sucks. That sets me back quite a bit. But if his best play last turn was Torrent of Stoning my 2/2, then I think we're okay. Hopefully he just passes. Please? Nice. Ooh, baby. I am not going to run this into a counter. And I can't even activate it this turn anyways. So I see no reason to do so. I think that's just asking to lose. Hopefully the opponent just plays a land, plays Errant Ephemeron. I bounce it end of turn, jam my Shackle. Please? Or just tap out of blue? Oh, that's not good. I'm going to go ahead and land cycle here for an island. The more the merrier. Alright. Well, we can start Siphon Lifing. This is something I don't care about if the opponent counters. Again, actively want the opponent to tap out for Ephemeron. Now we can just steal the Ephemeron, actually. Ooh, that's kind of gross. But that works. Now we get to jam the Shackles and laugh. Now we get to jam the Shackles and laugh. Only Pact of Negation there gets me. And I don't think we've seen any artifact removal yet. This, my friends, might just be game over. If the opponent doesn't have any artifact removal, we get to steal their best creature every turn. Like if this is just Ephemeron, I untap my Shackles, I jam the... Oh, well. That is a lot of card draw, my friend. Sure. Yeah, no reason to untap. Ooh. Certainly not bouncing a Wood Reader. It seems absurd. can't imagine this either snipe is long for this world, given that we know our opponent has a lot of burn, 4 damage burn. I chose to play the Swamp there. I know it's safe to hold it for Siphon Life, but I think at this point we're going to be hard casting the Tysis, and so we're just looking for one more Swamp to be able to hard cast it. Three, 4, 5, 6. Fiery Fall. Now, do I want to bounce this is the question. I think the answer is yes. I'm going to take 2 damage. It's whatever. Only problem being I don't have a good target to bounce with the snipes unless the opponent plays something here. Opponent is suspending Errant Ephemeron. Interesting. I can't exactly say I agree with that line. I think we're just going to play the trap route. Bounce it. Again, you can only bounce non-lands with the snipe. And there are no targets on the table that I want to bounce. Yeah. Is this another Fiery Fall? Could be. Oh, indeed it is. Okay, it's fine. And a Pyrite. Okay. Gonna save this land for a little bit, I think, even though it lets me cast the Tysis. I might want to start using the Siphon Life. Ooh, is he just sacking in response? That's really awkward when the opponent knows I have a Wrath-Eye Trapper in my hand. That was really good for me. That could also mean the opponent has another burn spell at the ready, but that seems awkward. The turn before Errant Ephemeron comes into play, I'm going to untap the Shackles and steal it. Or sorry, the turn before Errant Ephemeron comes into play, I'm going to untap the Shackles and steal it when it comes into play on his turn. 5 mana. Probably just a Wasp here, I assume. I'll upgrade my Riftwing to a Wasp if that's what he wants. Nope, this is not a Wasp. What is this? A third Fiery Fall. Blech. Okay. And a Penumbra Spider. I guess we're taking Penumbra Spider. I'm gonna go ahead and flash, or sorry, Siphon Life. Opponent is almost dead here. Like the Tysis is gonna kill him if I just keep siphoning life in the meantime. What do you got for me? 6 mana. 7 mana, uh-oh. But not double blue. Oh wait, Errant Ephemeron's single blue. Alright. That's good. Can I win this game? The opponent hasn't played Logic Knot yet. Because if I take the Riftwing here, tap the Penumbra Spider, go for the Tysis on the Errant Ephemeron, that's a win. I guess I can just steal the Errant Ephemeron, really. I don't know why I made that hard. Looking for the opponent to tap out. Again, Logic Knot scares me quite a bit. I don't think it's safe to just run out the Tysus. He might just bounce the Riftwing. Or sorry, bounce the Errant Ephemeron if that's what he has. Again, I could have gone for the win there, but I think it's super risky. I mean, we haven't seen Trump from the opponent. Man, do I just go for the win here? It's so tempting, but it taps me out of black. No, I think I'm just going to try to play the Latchkey Fairy. Okay, well, if he had a counter, he would have used it there, I think. Uh-oh. This might not be good for me. Oh, God. He has a Cryptic? Jeez, that kills me. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. Oh, no, he did have a counter. It didn't matter. Okay, well played. I guess I'm dead here, aren't I? Jeez. Cryptic in his deck is absurd. Man. That's kind of aggravating. Well played, opponent. I mean, there's no way he's not going for it, right? Wow. Alright, well played. Kind of crazy that he played Cryptic there. Or in his deck, I mean. Man. GG's. GG's indeed. Alright, well. Second place, Shackles and Cryptic Command. I guess I'm not too upset, but... Holy moly, that game. There must have been some point where I could have done something else. I mean, I don't know what point of time the opponent drew. The Cryptic, but what if I don't think you Siphon Life that turn. It would have put me at 15, which is 1 out of range, but then I wouldn't have been able to cast this unless I drew another swamp. Alright, GG's, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're done watching. Thanks.